Hey, Internet friend, this is Magic Brad with the Magic Brad Show. And what day is today? It's Thirsty Thursday. And I've got my coffee here with my Synergy Cafe logo that was gifted to me by the infamous Bo Young. And I'm going to bring Bo on, and we're going to talk about being nice and showing gratitude. So I'm just going to get right into it. We're going live on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. And then if you click that little bell, where's the little bell? There's a little bell, ding dong, and give a thumbs up to this video. You'll get notifications about future lives when we go live. So let me bring on the man, the myth, the legend, Bo Young. There he is.
Mr. Magic Brad, how are you, sir?
I am wonderful and a half, and then some to the 10th power of infinity and getting better.
I'm pretty good at math, but I couldn't follow that.
Well,
can you summarize
10th
that?
Power of infinity. That's a lot.
It's a lot. So you're doing well.
Yeah. When I'm in that vortex.
Is that vortex strong today? You feeling good?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. It's interesting. We're just talking about that, how your mind can just, my brain anyways, my brain flips. Like there's a neighbor of ours, and we commented how wonderful she is. And I said, what's her name? I can't remember her name. And it's Kathleen.
Okay.
And then Monica says, yeah, I used to get confused. It was Catherine or Kathleen. I go, don't do that. Yeah. Now I've got a second thing in there. If I was focused on Kathleen.
Yeah, I get it. And I'm bad with names, so I can appreciate that story for sure.
Well, there's two similar names, Kathy, Catherine, Kathleen. Now look what happened. But Monica gave me a mnemonic thing. It's kind of like Brad Lee, Kathleen. Yes. So that helps me remember.
There we go.
My Gemini brain toggles back and forth and stuff like that all the time.
Yeah. So what's new since our last chat? Things good?
Well, let's see. We visited my magic store. Oh, here, one sec. I made my queen a queen on my little lathe.
Oh, I saw that. That's really cool, man.
I made a little lathe. And then I made this little coin box.
Okay.
This holds silver dollars, but I need to adjust it because it fits too tight.
Okay.
So I need to turn it down a little bit. It's supposed to fit loose.
Well, will you be using this in some sort of magic trick for us someday in the future?
Yeah, it holds 4 to 5 silver dollars. And the idea is you put them in there and you put the cover on it, and then you shake them around and you can make them disappear and all that kind of stuff. But
yes.
The cover fits too tight, so I got to turn it down a little bit. This is one of my first things.
Okay.
Just learning that wood expands, it changes. And I learned about, did you know that wood is a bunch of tubes? It's a bunch of straws. So that's where the grain is, because, the water and the sap and everything goes up the thing.
Okay.
It consists of a bunch of tubes. So that's how it expands. If you think of, probably 100,000 different little straws or tubes in the trunk of a tree, each tube expands a little bit. Different woods will expand considerably more. Well, this used to fit on here. Now it doesn't.
It's swelling. So maybe there's some humidity in your place.
Exactly. Right? And we can't be having that when you're trying to do a magic trick and you try and sneak the coins out of the box.
Yeah. No, it's not sneaking. It's magic. I know how it operates.
Yeah. Magic with a J. Magic with a G.
Yeah. So what else is up?
Oh, we got a visitor here, it looks like.
Who's that? I shared it. Maybe somebody's going to come.
Our friend Cindy. It says Happy Thankful Thursday.
It is Thankful Thursday. Hey, Cindy.
She's thankful for us, too.
Yeah, we are thankful for her.
We're thankful for you, one. There's only one Cindy.
Yeah, that's true. And only one Ask Cindy Connector Live, too.
So that's what's happening in my world. What's happening in your world? How's the family and stuff?
Well, yeah. So, like last week, things had changed dramatically from the week before. This week, so we got done with our call our chat last week, right? And I was done with the call, and I looked at my phone. I'd missed a call from my mom, and she was checking in. She just arrived at the hospital to see my dad, who's still trying to heal. And she left me a nice message. I'm here. Just want you to know I'm here safely. All's good. Fast forward, that was one heck of a day. My dad had actually been moved in the middle of the night to a different ICU in a different hospital. So there were some frantic moments after that because she walked into a room that was empty.
Right.
oh, that's a lot,
Where
right?
does the
So he
mind
was
go?
moved. So that was kind of scary, but we got through that. And later in the day, he continued to progressively get worse.
Oh,
So a week ago today, we didn't know if he was going to make it. We were actually told to prep for that was it. And so that was awful. So Thursday was really a rough day. And then Friday comes, and Friday or Saturday, he loses like 20 pounds of fluid in a day.
wow.
He had felt like he was drowning. He was not feeling well at all. He was just exhausted. And then he's continued to progress. Yesterday, he walked like 400 feet.
Really?
And he's off some of the IV fluids and the IV meds and that. And like, he's just made a somewhat miraculous recovery to the point where today or tomorrow, we are expecting him to go home.
Yay.
And to continue to strengthen up for
the
next turtle. Yeah.
Good thing.
So I'm so thankful for that. That's my thankful thing today is that he is alive. He's going to go home. And then we have to prep for that surgery, which isn't going to be any joyous occasion, but this is a big deal. So that's cool. I'm thankful for my wife. My wife is a CNA. She's not been practicing in that field. She's been working with our agency for the last year.
What's a CNA, certified nursing
assistant? Yeah. So she was trained in that field, but has been working with our team here for the last year. I think it might even be her year anniversary this week. And so she's leaving today to go down to be of service to my dad and my mom and be able to help through the weekend until some care gets, because he still needs home care. So I'm thankful for a whole lot right now. And it's awesome.
You know, again, my brain in that vortex, it shouldn't go there, but it did. And right away I thought, why in the world with all the technology of today, couldn't that doctor that moved send a simple text to your mom and say, we're moving to a different room?
Yeah. So here's the story behind it. They did call in the middle of the night, but the number came out of, some kind of a weird thing. There was literally, I think, 5 digits. It looked like it was probably one of those car warranty things calling you and saying, hey, it's time to upgrade that, right? So it was not a normal number. There was actually a message left, but once again, it looked like it was just spam. It made no sense. And so, there was another number added in case of things like that. So yeah, by the time he's done and he goes home today or tomorrow, he will have been in 3 hospitals, 5 rooms, 2 ICU rooms. It's been a wild ride. But hey, I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I appreciate the staff, the nursing team, the doctors, everybody there, keeping him safe and just giving him the push to just keep fighting, right?
Yeah, that is a miraculous recovery, and the thing is going forward. You never know how that stuff works, and it's really cool how it can shift. So never give up.
No, and on a professional note, yesterday I shared a video on my Facebook page. So yesterday I drove down to an undisclosed location to meet with another agent with American Family who had been the recipient of a traveling trophy for, I think, 3 consecutive years. He's really, really a strong agent and a guy has a great team that makes him shine. And we met in a parking lot to exchange the traveling trophy because our team won it last year. So we get a hold on to it. And you'll have to check out the page, but it's this cat in the hat looking, clown looking gigantic shoe that's like ceramic. And we are District 58 and it's called the Soul of 58. So we are the Soul of 58. We won it. And so I brought it back and the team was able to see it. And it's just, so we're proud of that. We did our job pretty well last year.
You're a real active guy.
What's that?
You're a real active guy. You got your fingers in a lot of stuff. I mean, marathons and zoot suits.
Hey, and I was going to share something. Have you ever heard of the company called Melaleuca?
Sure.
Yeah. So I heard about it probably 30 years ago. I think 25 years ago, my parents used this stuff and I never heard about it again. Fast forward. Couple months ago, I was contacted by somebody to hear about some products they were using that were better for the environment, less plastics, lots of different things with it. And sure enough, it's Melaleuca. Mm-hmm. So I signed up and I've been using it for a couple months now and I absolutely love this stuff. So that's a whole other stuff.
It's a different, it's kind of MLM, but it's not really.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of model that has been sticking around in the products. My sister used to use them.
Yeah. So I checked it out and it's been a good fit. Like I have my kids, want to be a little more friendly to the environment, things like that. So the fact that you don't automatically get all this plastic with it. You have to select, do you want a dispenser? Do you already have it and it's a refill? And there's all these things. Mm-hmm. The amount of detergent that you use is literally like this just tiny amount to do a whole entire load of wash. So yeah, anyway, that's a whole separate thing. But you said, you're involved in things. That's another thing I just jumped into and I like it.
Well, it's good to have multiple things like that if you can afford to do the monthly, because a lot of times they have like subscription type models. And it's the real deal. If you're using that stuff anyways, why not just have it shipped to your house as opposed to going and having to shop for it?
Sure.
So a lot of things like that. I've been involved with back in the day out of high school as in Amway, and a lot of those things, if they focus on the product and don't try and become a millionaire like a lot of them perceive.
Sure. Right.
The travel one, I did World Ventures for a while. Yep. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, it was our friend Marcia Ryder that actually introduced me to Melaleuca. And so, so that's cool.
And
then, how about this? There you go, right there. I was going to say we're officially at Change. That's great. My first card I sent out through that system toward the end, I guess at the very end of the last year I did it. So it was before we officially changed the brand. So cool story. We have, did I talk about this last week? I don't know. We have a guy that retired and we made him a custom card, Brad, that he'll never get rid of. He'll never get rid of. We did a cool design of congratulations and you're the headline news kind of thing, right? So just a great cover of a card. And on the inside, we embedded a QR code, put a QR code on there for him to scan that took him right to a video from a guy that works in our team. And so he just a couple days ago, we got a call, Brian did, saying, oh my goodness, that is the most incredible card. So the things that we can do with this technology blows me away.
Well, what's cool about the platform is it's a platform, and then the physical goods, like this little thing I showed in the beginning. You sent me this little briefcase.
Yeah.
It's a physical thing that gets mailed, and there's some longevity to that. Like you said, he got that card, he'll probably hang on to it. People do, they hang on to things, whereas in the digital world, where's that email that Bo just sent me? I can't find it.
Right. Yeah, I love it. We've got more product going out and more cards and thank yous going out today for some new business that we've acquired and some follow-up things. So it's fun. Hey, that's a nice mug you got there.
I know. It says that I'm the best marketing legend ever. It says that. Somebody put that on there trying to schmooze me.
Yeah.
How about you? What are you trying to schmooze me for? I've already got an insurance guy.
Shameless. I knew you needed a new mug. That's all there was.
I did. I really did. And these things are cool. I mean, they're common, but they're solid, good handle on them. And I need to have a mug that has a good base because I sit on the couch and set it on there. You don't want that tipping over and stuff. So
sure.
It's solid.
So what else is happening? Anything new for you? Anything?
Well, the wood turning thing, that was a lot of fun actually making that thing. And I brought it down to my friend Larry Kalo down at the Eagle Magic Store. For those that don't know, Eagle Magic Store is the longest running, continuously running retail brick and mortar magic store in the country.
Is it really?
Yep. It's well over 100 years old.
Oh, that's really cool.
Houdini has leaned on those cabinets in there. Muhammad Ali's been in there.
Where's it at?
Right now it's down in Burnsville. It used to be right downtown Minneapolis.
Okay.
But, he lives in Burnsville, so he decided to bring the store closer to him. But
wow, that's awesome. I got to go there.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's an old school magic. There's stuff all over the shelves. It's like stuff everywhere. Yeah. And it's been there for quite a long time. And I respect him because he doesn't always just sell stuff for the money. Mm-hmm. A person has to get it at the level that they're at. You can't just go in there and buy some illusion that David Copperfield did on a special because you got the money. You have to start somewhere. Right. And I think that's respectable.
Yeah, it is. Well, and I know that you respect the craft and the industry and the business of it. And so for someone to do it right, that's good.
I do. It's an interesting hobby, profession, whatever, because there's that secret element that you can't, it's kind of like Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. You can't just give it out. Right. And especially with the magic, because it ruins everything if you know how it works. Right. So it's a weird business or industry. Yeah. And, all right. In fact, I showed you that. Where's my card? you can kind of do magic tricks and stuff with our little mailbox thing. I did that horse and rider puzzle card.
Uh-huh.
I got the little message and stuff on there with my things. I do a lot of postcards with promoting my business and stuff. But you can do little magic tricks on, especially with today's technology now, you could send them actually to a video of a magic performance using the card. If you want to see my recent, Zoom magic show or whatever, it's pretty cool.
I'd be interested to see if what kind of response you'd get if you sent out postcards to opportunity seekers, this and that. Ask them to be on your show, with an invite to be on in the lounge here.
Well, I do have a list that I created in Mailbox Power of opportunity seekers, but I would like to get more real estate people, because I know that realtors, to me, real estate was a big aha to me, that I thought the event industry was going to last forever, and then COVID came along. Real estate's still there because you have to have a house, so it's a little more stable, and I like to invest in stuff that's stable.
Sure.
So I've been building more lists of people in real estate and doing some Facebook ads promoting Mailbox Power, and then trying to build my team of people around that specific industry.
You said stable, made me think of a conversation I had, I think it was just last week, how interesting it is that when we were growing up, or I don't know, high school, college, and beyond, one of the things they said is if you can be a server or a bartender, you'll always have a job, always have employment. And it's been interesting that over the last month, two, and different shutdowns, that actually hasn't proven out to be perfect, right? That even those people had struggled. So that's something that you think you could always fall back on. Something that was stable has been challenged this year. And I'm really thankful that we're opening back up here soon.
I am too. I'm thankful for you to be able to talk to a human once a week at least.
Yeah. Yep.
It's really, really weird sitting around with, I used to go and hang out at Ridgedale Mall and just kind of people watch and grab a coffee and just chill. Can't really do that anymore. There's no chairs in the mall.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm really looking forward to things just happening, being able to go to the AGC events again, and just go to the magic store and the magic meetings that we used to have every month, and go to lectures, and this new wood turning group. They're doing everything via Zoom. I want to be able to talk to some of these people and ask some questions. And
that you mentioned AGC. Yesterday I jumped on, but just a great speaker yesterday. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, you probably want to watch the recorded one, but he's proficient in the martial arts. But he did and I apologize, I can't remember his name offhand because I told you that at the beginning that I'm not great with names. But he just did such a nice presentation. And then after that, as a member, you get to go into the Zoom room after the live speaker. And it was just great to chat with a few people. I had to jump off with a Zoom call with my dad and my family, but to be able to interact with other humans is really, really an important thing, especially in a safe, peaceful environment, and people encouraging each other. And I love that.
It is. Speaking of events, the strategy that I used before COVID was the event thing. I would promote all the AGC events and the Janet Johnson and her How to Do Facebook events and the meetups and all that. And they led into my other events. So it was a real cool little system, automated funnel that I had. And I've been really trying to recreate that. So that's where, like I mentioned earlier, I forgot that I scheduled a Facebook event, and I forgot that I hadn't scheduled a StreamYard event.
I see.
So I got the two mixed up.
Sure.
And that's what I'm trying to hone right now with the videos that we do. And I've got an audience of real estate agents. Right now it's a national list, and I want to tweak it down and create like a Minnesota list.
Sure.
So I'm working on optimizing all that, because again, with this Mailbox Power thing and the season for giving, got the giving thing there.
Are you going to make it to the big launch on Saturday? If not, you should get registered for that.
I'm going to try.
Yeah, I know you're working probably.
Right.
So maybe passively be in the Zoom room as you're cruising. There's that. And then you mentioned Janet Johnson. She has a thing, a kind of a mini 4-day boot camp. I think it's maybe like an hour starting today. And she really is brilliant in that social media space. And so if I can, I came to work today. Normally I'm out of the office on Thursdays working on outside things. And since my wife was going down to take care of my dad, I'm in today. So I'm going to see if I can squeeze watching that and participating. And actually, that's the other part. She wants you to participate, not just listen. And so I have to be active.
Yeah, the engagement makes it so much nicer for a speaker to be doing this, like with you and I being able to actually engage rather than me doing the talking head thing, and I don't know if anybody's there. It helps to just acknowledge that, like, thank you, Cindy, for actually mentioning that you're there.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we wonder, is anybody listening?
I am with you. Knowing that I'm going to talk to somebody, or if I've been on a panel before to talk and know that there's going to be questions and there's kind of bantering back and forth, I am 100% comfortable in that environment. I don't care if there could be 1,000 people, I think, in front of me, but if I'm up there with someone else to chat with, I'm good. But this whole, talking head where I'm staring at the camera or the screen and hoping someone's watching, that is weird for me. It's strange. So this setup is perfect.
Well, I've done magic shows where there's nobody in the audience before. It makes it hard to keep the show on the road.
Yeah, sure. Well, you're a professional. You're a trained professional, so yeah.
Cindy was wondering, what is the link for the training? Is that Janet Johnson's probably?
Yeah, I'll tell Cindy, Cindy, I'll send that off to you. I think you have to register for it, but Janet is very good at what she does.
What is her thing in Facebook? I think it's a social media meetup or something like that, or social. We got someone else. Who's this? Frank. You know Frank? Oh, Frank Togus. I know, he's a fellow magician. Good.
Oh yeah, hey Frank. Another magician? That's awesome.
That happens. That's cool.
That happens. All right.
I love the interaction. It's very helpful to find out there's actually somebody listening to what we're saying.
Yeah. Hey, we can admit there's a few that have jumped on and jumped right off, and that's okay.
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on,
Yeah,
there is. The only ones doing Zooms, there's.
Yeah, it's nonstop.
Joel,
I'll send Cindy that link. I wish I had it here. I'd put it on. I'd tell people what it was, but I too many screens open. So
yeah, definitely just go into Janet's thing and tag her in it. Janet will really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's cool about Janet is she knows a lot about social media in general, but she focuses on Facebook ads and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good to focus on it. So she has all the cutting edge kind of stuff that's changing all the time. It makes me crazy, but she's got her finger on the pulse kind of thing.
She does. Yep. I think she's really strong at that whole niche down to blow up concept where, you want to specialize a little bit. You don't be too broad with all of it. So yeah.
I've said that the old way was broadcasting, trying to reach a lot of people, but now we have access to everybody on the planet. So it's now narrowcasting, and I'm challenged with it because my entrepreneurial brain always has these ADD shiny object things everywhere. I've narrowed it down to real estate agents and magicians.
There you go. Hey, there you go. Perfect. All right.
Frank says the early morning people are going to look for the replay. That'll be good.
Yeah, good point, Frank.
We'll appreciate that.
Yeah,
and
you're
if
right.
you can share this thing out, that helps a whole bunch too.
Yeah, see, look at that. Now, this is neat. I love to see connections, right? So Cindy could have Janet on her chat, on her podcast, which is pretty cool. Speaking of podcasts, this is completely random, and it made me think of that. Have you heard of the new platform called, hold on one second. It is Clubhouse.
I've heard of Lunch Club, but not Clubhouse.
Okay, so this is pretty wild, Brad. We'll talk about this next time so we don't go too long. But there is a social media thing, an app called Clubhouse that started last year. And from my minimal research, it was targeted towards celebrities and, whatever, well-known people. And I think it had 1,500. It was launched in like April. And it had 1,500 users by the end of the year. It was worth over $100 million. And all it is a non-video. It is an audio chat room. It's kind of like a free-flowing podcast where you just jump into this clubhouse or this clubhouse or this clubhouse, and you can be a fly on the wall and listen, or you can participate, right, if you have something to say. But you may end up in a room with 8 to 10 people, and all of them are multimillionaires. You don't even – it's just you have to get on the platform. So right now, it's not open to the public per se. You have to have an invite from somebody that's already in, and they earn them somehow. So I'm trying to get an invite, but in the meantime, you can download the app and request your username to be on the waiting list, so that when they open it up to more people, you get to jump in. But I've seen some people have some amazing results. But this concept of a free flowing podcast kind of thing that you get to be a part of is brilliant.
Well, there was a thing that was happening locally here, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was a mentorship thing, sort of a speed networking roundtable thing that they did downtown Minneapolis. And you got to go to a group of 10, and there was one person there that had a background in, like, say, sustainable energy or whatever. And everybody can sit around and they get to do the round robin and do their little 30-second pitch, what they're interested in.
Yeah.
And then that mentor answers the questions. So you're sitting there with a millionaire.
Yeah.
That's been there, done that, giving you some insight. And so that's very cool kind of stuff. And I think that it's good that Mark Zuckerberg's getting a little run for his money.
Sure. Yeah. This concept is brilliant. You know, they're going to have a draw for people, because if all of a sudden, I know a guy who was on a call a couple days ago, and he said, I'm in a room with 6 or 7 other people. One of them is Ray Higdon, who is really a master in the network marketing space, multimillionaire, right? He's done really well for himself. But several people, and he's like, I had a chance to present to these people in a way, just verbally, because there's no sharing of slide decks. And I think the one rule they have is there is absolutely no recording of these rooms. So if you get caught, that's a problem. But so it's designed to be opposite of you and I, right? We want to do this. You're going to probably put it out to YouTube, or it's going to be shared and somebody can go in and catch the replay. As he said, there never will be a replay. They intentionally want it to be here.
I kind of like that. It's almost like real time. You know, when you're at a real meeting, there is no recording.
Right. Yeah. Whoever thought of this, boy, oh boy, it's a good idea. And then I'm sure there's people are trying to find a way to monetize it. Right. So if you've got a clubhouse that's very popular, there's probably some way to somehow get, I don't know. I need to know more about it. But anyways,
well, within the thing, there's probably places to do banners. I mean, you get that in the live event industry. You know, people get to have booths or sponsorship packages or whatever.
Sure.
Cindy Lee says Ray is doing a TikTok workshop.
Yeah, Cindy loves TikTok. Another one that I know I'd like to get on, but I'm afraid to be lost into the abyss of that.
Well, I'm on it. And it's
really
hard to climb that ladder and get recognized. I've only got like 250 followers, and I just get discouraged. You got to keep on.
Right. Sure.
It's tough. So there's that dichotomy of organic or paid.
Right.
And like to pay a little money and get some acceleration.
Sure.
Gas on fire. Well, is there anything else you want to cover, or should we sign this bad?
I think we did pretty good. We took this longer than we usually do, but it was great conversation as usual.
It's always fun just to, again, talk with another human being. I'm looking forward to talking to more people.
Yeah.
This makes a big difference.
We're getting closer.
Yes, we are getting closer. It's going to be a better world soon. So if you want to stay on, I'd like to chat a little bit more with you. And then other than that, I will sign this off. We are done.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Brad.
Thank you both. Well, there we are. The appreciation and the gratitude show is what we call it. I'm going to put that graphic up there just so some people understand it, because some people don't. Because I've got the little gratitude. Where in the world is it? There it is, right there. The gratitude show is what we call it. Okay, so peace, love, and happiness. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be good, be safe, be kind, be nice. Show some gratitude. Be well. Bye-ya.